Nearly every human interaction is now mediated by a glowing piece of glass. Yet, in response to this saturation, carrying a phone that can only text or call is becoming a deliberate badge of self-control. The shift is visible in the data. Between 2021 and 2024, sales for basic feature phones grew by 148% among the 18 to 24 demographic. A generation born into the smartphone era is now buying this hardware, simple, tactile devices that prioritize calls and texts over algorithmically curated feeds. But a total return to the 90s is difficult. Modern life requires QR codes for menus, GPS for navigation, and two-factor authentication apps just to log into a bank account or a work computer. For most of us, the goal is to keep the utility of the smartphone while disabling the dopamine-driven design that makes the device so difficult to put down.
Clinicians use the term digital dementia to describe the cognitive decline seen in heavy device users. MRI scans show that constant overstimulation can actually reduce the density of gray matter in the brain. Curing this doesn't require a second device. It requires a dumb phone challenge, hacking your existing phone to strip away its addictive properties. First, strip away the chaotic app icons. Using assistive access or a minimalist launcher, reduce your interface to a text-only grid of 4 essential tools. Next, enabling grayscale mode removes the vibrant cues designers use to hijack attention. The screen becomes a functional tool. With the screen in black and white and the distracting apps hidden, the timer starts. We are testing if a simple interface change can break a biological habit. Within the first few hours of a digital detox, the physical habit becomes obvious. Many people experience phantom vibrations, feeling a phone buzz in their pocket when it hasn't moved, and a recurring nervous impulse to check for notifications. These apps use intermittent reinforcement. A cue leads to an action, triggering an unpredictable dopamine reward, like a slot machine. Over time, receptors downregulate. The spikes flatten out, meaning you require more extreme input just to reach a normal baseline. This cycle has measurable physical costs. Researchers have found that heavy media multitasking is associated with increased distractibility and a reduced ability to filter out irrelevant information. The anxiety during a detox is the brain's reward system attempting to reset itself. It's a physical recovery process, not a lack of willpower. To manage this recovery, a growing number of people are seeking out physical spaces where phone use is strictly prohibited. In Amsterdam, the Offline Club organizes events where visitors pay for the privilege of having their phones locked in boxes at the door. These gatherings are scaling up. In 2024, the group organized a 300-person phone-free session inside this historic Protestant church. Similar movements are appearing in cities like Washington, D.C., where venues require attendees to use pouches to lock their devices away for the night. This isn't just a commercial trend. In New York, students formed the Luddite Club to reject smartphone dependency for analog books and outdoor meetups. Disconnection has become a commodity. Because 24-hour connectivity was the default for their entire lives, these groups are now artificially engineering silence. After 24 hours without the constant ping of notifications, the initial anxiety usually shifts, and the brain finds its own rhythm again, a change that researchers are now quantifying in the lab. This study from the University of Texas at Austin measured exactly what happens to our cognitive capacity when we are physically separated from our devices for 2 weeks. The results were definitive. Data shows 91% of participants reported significant improvement in mental health and well-being. More importantly, the study tracked a sharp rebound in sustained attention. Researchers compared this recovery to reversing a decade of cognitive decline. The scientific takeaway is that even a temporary break is enough to physically repair the neural pathways responsible for focus and memory. Practical digital minimalism means shifting from reactive, algorithmic scrolling to intentional usage of the devices we already own. We live inside a multi-billion-dollar economy explicitly designed to mine human focus. In that environment, choosing where you look is an act of defiance. You can test this right now. Enable grayscale mode or assistive access today and commit to 24 hours of intentional use. Observe your habits over those 24 hours and ask, are you using the phone as a tool or is the phone using you?
Modifying your phone interface turns a distraction back into a utility. It's the first step toward regaining control over your cognitive focus.